The following is a rebroadcast of TV50's Candlepin Stars and Strikes. TV50 Sports and the New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association present Candlepin Stars and Strikes. From Sandy's Bowling Lanes in Windham, featuring the best Candlepin bowlers from around New England. Gonna split it. Look at this. Yes! Oh, wow! Right in the pocket. Oh, there was never a doubt about that one. Now your host for Candlepin Stars and Strikes, Doug Brown and Dan Murphy.
Hi, everybody, and welcome once again to Sandy's Bowling Lanes for another weekend of Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Dan Murphy is here, and this is the second week in this current ladder championship series. Last week, Ron Root, our number 5 seed, was victorious, 373 to 328 over Bobby Clark. So this week, Ron will try and make it 2 in a row.
It's been a long time since we had the number 6 seed, or the first match, really, 5th and 6th seed, go all the way up and win a ladder championship. So Ron's going to try to do just that.
All right, let's meet his opponent for this week. Making his first appearance here on Stars and Strikes, Skip Goddard.
Skip Goddard, representing the Londonderry Bowling Center, and he carries an average of 118, high single 170, and only 2 pins separate these two as far as the qualifying score to make the show. Ron with a 635 and Skip with a 637.
Yeah, in fact, the roll-off scores for this series were very, very close all the way down, and we'll get a look at that in a few minutes. But right now, we want to take another look, for those of you who missed last week's show, at our returning champion, Ron Root.
Ron, he throws the ball hard. Tall, lanky fellow from Rochester, bowls out of the bowl away. And Rochester has that amazing high single, individual high single of 207 and carries 121 average. So I don't think he brought his best bowling with him last week. His score was, respectable, but I think he can bowl a lot better than that, and I think he's going to have to today against Skip.
All right, we'll have the first string of today's match, Skip Goddard and Ron Root, coming up from Sandy's Bowling Lanes in Windham right after these messages. Don't go away. All right, here's a look at what's happening in this ladder championship, Candlepin Stars and Strikes. Last week, if you missed it, Ron Root defeated Bobby Clark in week 1. We are now in the second of our 5-week series, and there's what Dan Murphy was talking about, just the 2 pins separating these 2 bowlers. The winner will move on to face our number 3 seed, Bill Koffold, and then 2 weeks from today, Scott Richardson will be here, and the number 1 seed waits in the wings, Dean DeRocher. But right now, it's time to get to the matter at hand, which is Skip Goddard trying to knock off our returning winner, Ron Root. So Skip will lead us off on lane 32. And that's a pretty good start. Not a bad start.
And that's a nice way to start. The butterflies out. First mark is always the toughest one.
I believe we mentioned last week that all 6 of the bowlers in this series, that'll be another 5-pin. All 6 bowlers in this series are making their first appearance with us on the show. And that hasn't happened in a long time. We have 6 new faces.
Ooh, just slid by to the left on that 5-pin.
.29 start for Skip.
Not a bad start.
Ron Root looking for his 2nd win in a row.
F. Worcester, 3 in the 9.
Ron had 12 marks last week, and as you said, Dan, he was consistent enough to win, but really didn't put any great string of marks together. Most he had in a row was 2 at any one time. And he did roll a 136 in the final string, which was his best of the 3.
several weeks ago, well, just a few weeks ago, when we had the Grapponi series on, and we were talking about the perfect games. And I think, Doug, you asked me about someone getting a perfect game with all 10 boxes, and I know I said I have never heard of it. I don't think I said it's never been done. I think I said I'd never heard of it, because I got back home, and after that show aired, I was quickly reminded that Red Calkins from Concord, New Hampshire, had 10 10s. Perfect game of 100. Red Adams and Bob Birch, both of them called to tell me that that happened. In fact, there's a story behind that, there may have been a 9-pin drop in the 10th box for a spare. Well, maybe, let's say he had bad wood, but I think he might have missed that, so he gave him a chance to get the 10 10s, but that's only rumor. But it has happened, and I'm sure it's happened. He's not the only one that's done it, but that's quite a feat.
Skip Goddard waiting for the wood because he wants to see if it will help or hinder. Looks like it's going to stay back there on the 1, 3, and 6. Nicely done.
Nice cover. 1, 3, and 6 for the spare. For the 10, I'm sorry. Very nicely done. Oh, good ball.
3 9-drops he's had in 4 boxes. This time the 8-pin.
8-pin and a piece of wood that he can get by. He's got a clear shot at it. Oops. Oh! Skip just said it looks good on paper, and he's absolutely right. Wanted to get by that wood, but clipped it, but still covered the shot.
Ron Root with a big strike, his first mark.
Doesn't have to worry about any bad wood in that one. Quick to go. 4-pin, I believe, is the last one to go.
He had 3 of these last week.
With a high single, individual high single of 207, he must be able to throw a few strikes. Not that time.
Try and work this out for a good fill now. Seven box for Ron. Skip Goddard now working on that spare in the 4th.
Oh. 3, 7, and 10. And, well, it remains to be seen if it's a lot of help in between or not.
Looks like it's in a pretty good position right now.
Yeah, he's got to be on the 3-pin. No. Well.
Almost got another big break. 65.5 for Skip. Nice hit that time. This is going to be another 9-drop.
9.5. Okay, if I was to shoot this, I'd want the ball as close to the channel as I could get it without going in, of course. As if you run the risk of hitting that piece of wood too far to the right, it's going to snap off that left sidewall and miss that 7-pin. Oh, boy. I'm going to have to ask him about that one. He comes back like, oh, that's the way I played it. I'm not quite sure if that's what he was trying to do. But looks the same on paper.
Ron Root.
Ooh.
How did it miss? The 5-pin is still there with the 7. And that wood is rolling back, and it may freeze on the 7. And if it does, that'll make this much more.
Yeah, he's got a shot now of going inside of the 5-pin, not having to cut it over. Yes.
Much
nice
more
shot.
workable that way, and Ron takes advantage of it.
Big one here, Ron.
Just enough to clip that wood to clear the 7. Nice shot. Not much room for error there. boy. As soon as he threw his hands up, he knew.
Second time he's done that on the mark. First time was on a strike, though.
Ron's a member of the WCBC Pro Tour this year also. He's mellowed through the years. Ron was one of those bowlers that had quite a temper. He's mellowed out. He realized the sun's still going to rise tomorrow even if he misses a few marks.
Well,
oh boy.
It's another 9 drop.
A good lesson for you bowlers out there. Don't let your temper get the best of you. We all get kind of frustrated with this game now and then, but there are better games to get frustrated with, like golf.
I was going to say, anytime you think about getting frustrated, just think about the golfers.
Oh, he wants that 10 to go. And well, I don't know if that's going to be much more help. 2, 4, 7, 8 with the 10 pin over on the right. Drive that piece of wood back. 10 pin's the problem, and it still is. Pretty fair opening game so far for Skip Goddard from Nashua.
8 boxes, he's had 5 9 drops.
Now this ladder championship too, you know, we've had the quotes name bowlers on. I mean, people that you see on a lot of the TV bowling shows, and relatively, with the exception of maybe Ron Root, all the other bowlers have not appeared on any kind of television bowling show. And I correct myself if I missed one or two, but anyone can make these shows. I mean, we can go down through the averages, and they're not extremely high averages. Ron Root is the highest with a 121. Your top seed, 110 average, is Dean DeRocher. It goes to show you, if it's your day, you'll make the show. So contact your nearest NHCBA house and ask when the next roll-off is going to be held. You can't win unless you get in the roll-off.
Ron slid by, but he bails out of it with an 8. Trails by 30. He's not getting much to shoot at.
3, 6, 4, and 7. Trying to split. 3 and a 6, and just slid by the 3.
Skip Goddard set for his final 2 here in the first string. Runner-up in this match will take home a check for $50, the runner-up plaque from the N&R Trophy Company of Winchendon, and courtesy of John Grapponi Ford in Concord, a copy of Jim Fairhurst's book, The Light Side of Candlepin Bowling. The winner, of course, will move on and be back next week to face our number 3 seed, Bill Cuffold. And don't forget, starting Sunday, April 5th, show to be repeated, of course, on Saturday, April 11th, but first appearance will be Sunday, April 5th at 12 noon for the Stoneham Cooperative Bank Mixed Doubles Championship here on Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
Boy, slid by to the right, triangle 2, 5, 6, and 9. good opening game, 125.
Going open in the last 2 boxes, though, giving Ron Root a chance to climb back in here a little bit. Interesting how the pairings are going to work for that mixed doubles championship, Dan. The men and women will have separate roll-offs. And, in fact, as we speak, they have already held the separate roll-offs. And the men and women will then be paired this way. The top finishing man will be paired with the number 6 woman, the second place man with the 5th place woman, and so on. And then their roll-off scores will be combined. And then the teams will be reseeded in order 1 through 6 according to the combined roll-off scores of the 2 bowlers. So finishing first in your respective roll-off doesn't necessarily mean that your team will be seated first.
All right, it's going to be an interesting format. It's going to be some interesting bowling. It's a Scotch doubles type match too, where they alternate, teams alternate with a man and the woman each bowling 2 boxes in the same game, and each will fill the other's marks unless it happens in the last frame, and whoever's bowling the last frame will fill his own mark or her own mark.
So that'll all start on April 5th. But right here we have one string complete. Skip Goddard out to an early lead, 125 to 94 over Ron Root. We'll be back for the middle string and also the address for your postcards for the bonus ball contest. Don't go away. And there you get a look. Yeah.
All right, Jim.
Jim Murphy is from, I believe he's from Honolulu, isn't he?
We're taping from Honolulu, aren't we?
Yeah, that's it. I knew it was one of those things. Ron Root all set to start the second string.
Boy, is it warm in here.
Yeah. Ron and Skip, of course, are wearing the official TV50 Candlepin Stars and Strikes shirts. Provided by Nick Moskilly here at Sandy's Bowling Lanes. Well, it won't be long now. It'll feel like Hawaii around here, and we'll forget all about that terrible winter.
Wow.
Nice job. Good night.
I've always said that I might get bored by living in a climate where the temperature is, 70, 80 degrees all the time, like California, Hawaii, or Florida, something like that. I think maybe I could take
a chance
after a winter like this.
Still early March. We still may get another one. Who knows?
It isn't over yet, I'm sure.
Nice shot by Ron. 1, 3, and 9.
And more importantly, important for the confidence.
It wasn't an easy shot. He had that piece of wood next to the 1 and the 3. Very well could have capped it and missed the head pin. Oh boy, solid 9. How many 9 drops has he had? 6. Punch it up in the computer. See how? Yeah, 6. Every stat we want. And he's missed a few of them too. That one sliding by to the right.
Yeah, Skip has had 6 9 drops, but he only has 4 marks.
4 marks the first game for 125. That always means anything over that 123, 124, 125 with only 4 marks means you had to pin pretty well and have decent fills, and he had fills of 9, 7, 9, and 5, and only had 2 other 8 boxes and a 9 box. So pinned very well the first game.
No.
Well, a chance for Ron to start climbing back into the match a little bit. Trailing by 31. Well, actually 32. He lost 1 more in the first first frame, but then he got it back again. So it's 31.
Just changes all the time, Dan.
It's unbelievable. I'll be all right. Another few boxes. 1, 3, and 5. Waiting for the wood to settle down. Oh, just missed that head pin. Ooh.
I'd like to remind you, for those of you who may not be aware, should you miss an edition of Stars and Strikes at its first airing on Sundays at 12 noon, we now repeat the programs on Saturday afternoons at 5. So if you miss a show on a Sunday, that same show airs the following Saturday at 5. Just for those of you who are watching right now, Saturday at 5, we'll remind you that it's also confusing.
Oh, boy. Spread eagle. Ron struggling a wee bit right now. Nice out there. Take that, Dan. I'm not struggling that much. Split the 3-6 and carries that 7. Very nicely done.
Skip Goddard in the third. Did he do it again? Yep.
Another 9-pin drop.
Yep.
Wow. Short pin there, 7-pin. Don't you think he hasn't started thinking about these singles? Needs this one for his confidence. He's got it. Nice shot. Kind of shakes his head like, I got one.
He's had a lot of singles to shoot at, but he hasn't had many with wood.
Wants that 10 to go. 7, 8, 10. Lots of ways. I think he's going to shoot 10-pin side, have the wood snap like that. Up and over, and wow!
Well, we're going to be going to a commercial, but not before we take another look at that. It was that first piece of wood that went up and came back down. The 7, 8, and 10 for a spare for Skip Goddard, and there's the story. Midway through the second string, Skip Goddard 36 spare up, Ron Root 45, and we're back with more on Stars and Strikes after these messages. Ron Root. He trails, but there's still plenty of time if he can start putting some marks together. He has 3 altogether so far. And there's a break, kicking out the 4 and the 7. Missing. Threw his hands up, knew he had missed it.
Missed it badly to the right, to the left of the 3, 6, and 10. That's what he wanted to do.
Okay. Right here.
Just talking about golf. I wonder if you missed a golf shot by a foot to the left. I wonder if you'd be a foot off the fairway.
There you go.
Wrong. I don't think the ball would move. I'm living proof of that. There's a mark for Ron. That's a great shot for me. A foot off the fairway. And
I was going to say, I'd settle for a foot off the fairway.
yeah, 55 yards out. I'm flattered. Another 9? No, strike this time on spare.
Well, Skip had to wonder when it was going to happen with all those 9 drops, and he finally got the extra kick.
Oh, to this point, Skip's been the better bowler. He's got the ball in there in that first ball so many times, so many 9-pin drops, and almost a double there. Well, wait. Oh boy, that's nice. Wrapped right around that 3-pin. Looking for the spare on strike. He's got it. Well, it's easy for Carol to add them by 10s here.
Yeah, she likes when they go 20 at a time like that.
She's smiling over there. Said, oh, this is easy.
Doesn't have to use the calculator with 20 at a time.
Calculator. I don't have to hold up any fingers.
Oh, watch out!
Oh, 1-3, and he moved the head pin off its spot, knocked the 3 down. Almost a strike. Big mark here, just to stay close in this game.
Yes.
Covers. Carol's rooting for the bowlers over there. Come on, get them all. Then she can add 20. We kid her, she does a good job.
Oh, almost.
Solid 9-pin drop again. 9-pin left. Whoops, he gave it a kick back. Oh, come on, Ron. Oop. Scratching his head on this one. Wood's still moving, and it's getting worse by the minute.
Ron and Skip having some words. Kidding about the shot. It's not going to be a pretty one.
He's got the 9-pin piece of wood angled, so he's going to have to hit the right, above the red line to the left. Turn it, push it back towards the 9. Looks good. Nice shot. Nice shot. Made it look awful easy. It wasn't.
That's 3 in a row.
Quite that easy, believe me.
Skip Goddard has 4 marks in a row. He's working on a spare here in the 6th.
Missing the head pin that time. 4 horsemen plus the 9. 1, 2, 4, and 7. 5 fill. 91 after 6. $17-pin advantage in this string, plus the 31 from the first, which, if my math is right, is 48. But it's opposite of spare 9, spare 9, spare.
Well, he lost 12 pins in that box.
Yeah. They can go in a hurry now.
And off target with the half Worcester. These last 2 boxes might be the first 2 in a row that Skip has missed the head pin.
These 2 guys are swiping jibs back and forth at each other here. This is great. Like a prize fight. Only it's friendly. Oh boy,
Wow.
Yeah, loses 5 on count. 5 pins on count just with the spare up for Ron Root. He lost 5, so Ron's got a big chance here to start cutting into the 31-pin lead. This string is all even, 103 apiece plus Ron's fill.
And he's just off target, but he'll get a little bit of a break.
It's 5, that cuts the lead down to 26. And momentum is all on Ron and Root's side right now.
You'd love to pick this one up and make it 4 in a row.
He's going to try to, on the head pin, try to split the 1-3. That's what he wanted to do, but didn't cover that 10-pin. Important box here. He puts a mark up, gives Skip something to think about the last 2.
A little mixing, and he'll shoot at the 5-7 with wood. Plenty of wood. The whole lumber yard down there.
Now it's going to kick, no matter what he does with the angle of the wood, it's going to kick one way or the other. So there's just no way that was going to stand up. Too much help down there. 5-7 converts it for a spare. 127 plus this ball. 2 or 3 pieces there. We're going to cut down that 7.
Or should I say a plastic yard?
Yes, I know. I'm reminded about that all the time. It's just so much easier to refer to as wood.
6 for a 133 for Ron.
Boy, considering his opening string of 94, it's quite an improvement. Let's see if Skip can answer the call here.
Back on the head pin, and look what happened.
Oh, he's in jeopardy of the lead, going from 31 to under 20.
We have the results of the
Oh, almost. Let's see.
Oh,
first place of 20.
Heck of a try.
this is really a turnaround, because at the halfway point, Skip Goddard was up 76 to 55 in this game alone, not considering his 31-pin lead he had the first game.
In second place,
You can see it's all run route. 6th, 7th, 8th, and 10th boxes he had marks.
Yeah, the lead was up over 50 in the match at one point.
Skip is running into some tough luck. He had a mark in the 6th with 5, and then only a 7, a 5, and a 9. He's got a shot here, 1, 2, and 4. Outside, yes, the wood helped him on that. He was a little heavy on the head pin, but he managed to pull it off. 122. So he's flushing the head pin. Watch the wood kick forward to cover that 4 pin.
we have the men's results. First place, 736 was the total. Mike Wendell.
And the fill just catching the head pin, and it'll be a 6 for a 128. So Skip will lose 5 pins off of that lead, and the totals will look this way: 253 for Skip Goddard and 227 for Ron Root. That's the way we stand after 2 strings, with 1 more to go, and we'll be back with it after these words. Skip Goddard has a 26-pin lead as we start the 3rd and final string, the second of our 5-week ladder championship series.
Lane 7, Diane Ferriello.
Right back on the head pin again.
Oh boy, tough break there though. 5, 9, and 10. Got to be on the left side of the 5 pin.
And Dick Jones.
Jumping into the 9 and hopefully the 10.
Ooh,
Very close.
looked like it had a chance when he put it down.
I'm amazed at these two fellas with a limited TV experience. I think Ron's been in front of the cameras a few times, but Skip hasn't at all. They seem pretty loose. It seemed to bother him at all.
Lane 15, Bob King and Bob Gaudette. Lane 16, Jim Beach and
1 and 3. Good break there for missing the head pin.
Bob Caruso. Lane 18, Steve Caruso and Jim Abramo. Lane
Skip has 9 marks so far, 8 of them spares.
Oh. Opening for Ron Root. 2 open frames.
21, Tony DiLorenzo and John Guay. Lane 22, Bob Kelly and Alan Harwood. May we have the Roussel back, please? Roussel. May we have all these?
Big 9 drop for Ron Root.
And a bigger mark if you can pull it off. He does.
His 8th mark. On lane 31 for the fill, and started out as a spread eagle. Turns into a 6 fill.
But he's gained 8. The string. Whoops. Wow. Almost pulled that one off. More important is don't leave anything standing. He does. Misses. Loses 1 on count. Opposite a 10 box by Skip Goddard.
So the lead overall now for Skip Goddard is 19. I have a feeling that if things get any tighter, there'll be fewer and fewer comments back and forth.
Oh, nice try. That third ball is so very important. Forces your opponent to get a mark to gain in that frame. Ron Root is a good 2 marks behind, 19 pins. Right now, things aren't going too well for Skip. On that head pin, but he's not getting that extra pin like he was the first couple games. 2, 4, and 6. Needs to make one of these to break the ice.
Ooh, almost.
Try. But again, 2 open frames for Ron Root.
And a 9 this time. Thin hit for Ron Root. Some wood, though.
Cluster of 5 in the right-hand corner. 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10 with the 7 pin. Looks like the angle of the wood behind the 3 pins. If he's on it, it's going to push the 3 pin toward the 5 and hopefully eventually the 7. Let's see what happens. Oh,
Everything but the 7.
But the 7.
I don't know if you could hear Skip Goddard in the background. He said, "I know how you feel."
7 pin doesn't like us, Skip says. It's like the Lee Trevino of Candlepin bowling. Oh, mercy. Wow.
We will pause right there as Ron Root fires the big strike, and we'll look once more at it.
It's a quick one. Even in slow motion, it's going to be quick.
Brooklyn side. So strike up in the 4th for Ron Root as he attempts to cut further into that lead. Skip Goddard right now, with the strike up there, leads by 17, but that doesn't include the fill. So it could get close here coming down to the end. We'll be back on Stars and Strikes. Don't go away. All right, Skip Goddard with 6 boxes remaining still leads, but
he needs that first mark up in this 3rd string to settle himself down a little bit.
And there it is.
That's the easiest way to do it, too. Don't have to worry about hitting any singles or anything. 1-2 pocket. The pocket rocket. For 2 of them. Wants that 5 to go. Oh, he's jumping around the approach, but it's not going to go. Five and 10. Not quite. Didn't have quite an angle, enough of an angle behind the 5 pin to jump it into the 10. But more important, the strike with a 9 fill and a 10. Well, on a strike.
Remember, Skip Goddard led by 26 coming into this 3rd and final string. Ron looking for a big fill here on this strike.
Well, he wanted to hit that head pin, that's for sure. He's himself a cluster of 4, 1, 3, 6 with a 9 and a 4 and a 7. Inside!
Oh,
what a
made
shot!
It.
Whoa! Woo. Hold on, folks. This one's going to go down to the last box, I'm afraid. Got back 18. He's opposite a strike 9, as you see. Needs a 9 fill. Stay at pace with Skip Goddard. Looks good. Looks good. Wow.
Right now, the lead is 5.
Big mark here. Chance to go ahead. Not the easiest mark in the world. The 10 pin's always tough for the right-hander. He's got it. Nice shot. And wow. What a turnaround.
Well, the fill on that spare will very likely give Ron Root the lead.
Again, split. 3-6 with a 4. Not a bad looking ball going in there either. 1-2 pocket, but needed to trip that 4. Look at this. Oh, nice try, Skip. Shaking his head. Now is that every ball count. Another good-looking ball.
And now a spare leave.
Okay, watch out. 6 and 10. The angle that would, the 6-pin might fly around the 10-pin. Watch out. Wasn't as easy as what it appeared to be.
And Dennis Noel is going to have to go down and clear out that piece of wood, so Skip will have a clean shot at the 10-pin. And Skip is just feeling the frustration here a little bit because
falling on hard times. Still, he's not bowling badly. I mean, he's on that head pin with the first ball. Actually, without the wood, this last shot, the 6-10, he would have carried it.
So 2 open frames, and Ron Root, should he continue to mark, will build on a lead here.
So you need 5 pins to tie the match up.
Right.
Anything over 5, he takes the lead. Boy, good break. Missed the head pin, but drops 8 for a lead of 3. And he's opposite a 9 box. Oh boy. Heavy on the head pin, left a 3. Skip, a sigh of relief there. Can gain another and count though, with a 10, and he does.
The lead is 4.
4 pins, opposite a 10 box. It's nail biting time.
Many of you have probably already figured out that we were a few pins off on our counting here. That's mostly because
You're scoring.
I've messed up the score. But what Carol had on the board was right. So through completed frames, which is the 7th, the lead is 1 for Ron Root, not 4.
I knew that, really, Ryan. Well, at least you got your 1 mistake out for this year right away. Tough break again for Skip on the head pin, but spread eagle. And he's really going to have to make a mark, get a mark here or the 10th box. It's going to be the 10th.
Well, figuring that Ron's lead is 1 plus the fill on that mark in the 8th, Skip really needs to mark here in order to have any chance.
Right. And hope that Ron doesn't fill it with a big count. And again, he's back in the pocket. Oh, he's going to get a bad. No, well, it's
not too bad.
No. Could be a lot worse. A must mark. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Now he needs a big fill.
Yes, definitely. His Ron Root box is completed. He's up by 1 plus the fill in the 8th. Again, back in the pocket. Do much better than that. Good finish and a real tough string for Skip Goddard. He bowled a lot better than the 111 indicates, believe me.
Well, this means Ron Root needs a 137 to win, a 138 to tie.
And he's right on a 132 clip right now, but he's working on a mark.
Phil here is critical. It could determine whether he needs another mark or not.
Boy.
And how about that?
Yeah.
2 10s right now will tie it. If he had gotten more than 5 on that fill, he would have been able to win it without another mark, and now
he's going to need a mark the last frame. Right down to the last box.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Here's the situation. Ron Root needs a spare 3, or a mark 3, to tie it. A mark 4 to win it.
Hold on. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks
He's got them all. He's got them all for the strike. Ron's looking back. He wants to make sure.
He isn't getting nerves at all.
I think he wanted to make sure it was really true.
Well, 2 balls to get 4 pins. Not yet.
Wow.
Not yet.
He needs 2 more to win it.
It looks good.
And that's it. On the final ball, and he makes a spare, and look at him. Well, I think somebody's going to have to tell Ron exactly what's happened here. He just still can't believe it. Let's take another look. It's a spare. All he needed was 2. And it's a 144 for Ron Root and a come-from-behind win. The totals, there they are, 371 to 364. The crowd got a big kick out of that one, and so did we. And we'll be back to talk to both bowlers and have the bonus ball contest right after these messages. Don't go away. .371 to 364. Great match, and Skip Goddard unfortunately ending up on the short end of it, but you look like you were having a good time. So
We had a good time, really. You know, you get up here and you just feel real loose, and that's it. Just enjoy yourself.
Well, the breaks just really didn't go your way. You had a lot of 9 drops early on, and then when you really needed them later on, they just weren't coming.
No, they decided to stop. That 8-pin drop that I didn't get, that was the difference right there. But Ron bowled good. He really bowled good.
Well, Skip, a great match for you. We congratulate you on being here, and we have the check for you and the book and the runner-up plaque, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you.
All right, Skip Goddard, our runner-up today from Nashua, and now Ron Root will take another congratulations from Skip and now roll our bonus ball here on lane 32. We're on a roll here with our contest. We've had several winners lately, and see if Ron can get us another one here with an 8 drop. Ron, come on over and we'll chat here in just a second. Not a winner this time from Mildred Maples of Concord. So Mildred, you'll be getting a TV50 NHCBA desk pen in the mail very soon. And ho-hum, just another win, huh?
Yeah, just another one. I got lucky. Had a slow start, and everything started going my way. So
That was a great expression when you turned back again to look to make sure that was still a strike in the 10th.
thought I missed it, you know, and the pins kept falling. So
Well, it's next week now. You have Bill Koffold coming in, and you'll be trying for your 3rd in a row.
yeah. Like I said before, it don't get any easier. So keep on trying. That's all.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
All right, congratulations, Ron. Another big win with a 371, and we'll be back next Sunday at 12 noon on Candlepin, Stars and Strikes. Until then, for Dan Murphy and the whole TV50 Sports crew, Doug Brown, so long, everybody. See you next week.